Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This is Jen on Acre by the Creek. We decided to DIY paint the exterior of our house. We have an aluminum siding and cedar shake house. We are doing a ton of paint prep on the cedar shakes because they're just peeling so badly. They have faded and the house just doesn't look great anymore. Also, the funeral home next door to us is the same color. The owner who owned the funeral home also used to own our home as like an income property. So we just want to like change it up. We don't want to look like them anymore. The dormers are sided with cedar shakes, and then the bottom half of the house is aluminum. We have this unfinished like back porch, sun porch. It's honestly not the best structure. The outside of it has some wood decks as well as plywood for the siding. So it's not our favorite thing, but we're also just gonna go ahead and paint that because we want the whole house to have a uniform look. Obviously, we decided to DIY this project to try and save some money. We do have a little bit of know-how. Thankfully, we have a good friend that is a professional painter and he has been giving us a lot of guidance. So thanks, Jason, you're the best. And from everything Jason told us, the paint prep is so important. A lot of times when you have your paint fail, it's because you didn't do the correct prep work, whether that is on like your kitchen cabinets, the exterior of your home. It doesn't matter. If you don't do the prep work right, your paint is going to fail. So we are taking all of Jason's advice and we are prepping this house as best as we can to make our investment in time and money of painting last. Some things to consider if you want to paint the exterior of your house is you are going to need a lot of time. Like a lot. I cannot stress it enough. You need time. So right now we are in the coronavirus pandemic, and as you all know, if you're living through it now or if you're watching this later, you remember that we were on quarantine for weeks. And that's why right now we decided to go ahead and do this. Whatever the case is, if you have time on your hands, I say do it. You're gonna save tons of money. Also, I just want to add, hiring a professional painter is definitely worth it. They know what they're doing, they have all the tools, they have a crew, they are going to come in and get your job done in a few days, whereas for us, we're planning on this taking a month, 2 months, all summer. We really have no idea, but we're in it for the long haul, and at this point we have already started, so we are going all the way in. So in this video, we will show you the prep process and how, if you have either cedar shakes or aluminum siding, how you can prep your house. The prep steps are going to be the same, give or take, no matter what type of house you have. As I'm sanding, you'll see me stop periodically and just kind of feel the wall. This is one of those things that you can kind of feel more than you can see. And we're not trying to get this completely sanded off. We're just getting rid of these like lips where the old paint came off, and trying to make sure that they're smoothed out so that when we put the new paint on, we don't have that high and low spot. So Nick is going to show us how to hold the sander the proper way onto the material to get the best result.
Oh. You got your nice little sanding disc here. When you put your sander on and you're sanding, you're going around, you want to keep the sander as flat as possible, especially on paint. When you start rocking up like this and you're trying to get spots out, it builds up on the disc and you start wearing out the edges of the disc sooner than they're supposed to be. When you do that, you're just wasting discs essentially. Let the sander do the work. Don't do the work for the sander. It should look something like this. Real nice and simple. Just keep it flat on there. Keep sanding. It's not hard to do.
Hey kiddo. go find where Dad's at. You want to tell me what you're working on?
No.
What are you doing?
Today we're going to be going over how to caulk, kinds of caulk, tooling that you're going to need, so we'll jump right into it. Today I'm using Dynaflex 230. This here is a premium elastomeric interior exterior sealant. Big thing that I'm looking for out of this is it water soluble for the tooling, and how long until I can paint it, and is it paintable. A lot of products with silicone in it or just pure silicone will not be able to be painted. And also I've been using a Sherwin-Williams SureMac. This is a urethanized elastomeric sealant. This is a paintable product. Obviously the next thing you're going to need is a caulk gun. Right here I have this real cheap one. I don't know, I think this thing costs like $6. I do not suggest getting this kind because this, as you can see, has the ridges, and every time that you release the caulk gun you got to twist this. It's not a lot of fun. It's kind of a pain in the butt, so toss that. The gun that I use at work is a Tajima. Put your caulk in the gun. All you got to do is slip it in here just like that. Squeeze your trigger here until it's just snug. And then next tool you're going to need is a razor knife. I'll come in close here so you can see what I'm doing. What you're going to do is come in with a decent razor. Alright, and then what I like to do is I'll come across the top of it and flatten off that back. You see how it's on a nice 45-degree angle right now? And then you come across the top with the razor knife and just flatten that off and pick these little pieces off. But you want to flatten that off because it's gonna, if you leave the tip on there all rounded off and pointy like it is when you first cut it, it drags the caulk and you'll end up getting drag marks everywhere. So that's pretty much how you open the caulk tube, and then all you got to do is squeeze on this until the caulk starts to come out, and then press this button. Every time that you strike a bead and you're done, you want to press this button. And then lastly, get one of these little handyman things, slips right in here on your hand, and then I just have a nice little sink sponge and some water in this. We're just gonna come right in here just like this and squeeze out our caulk. You don't need a real big bead. You just want to keep firm, constant pressure on the trigger. Stick your finger right in it, and that'll give you a nice beveled edge. Drag your finger around, and right like that. Take your sponge, and you want your sponge almost dripping, but not quite. And then you're just going to take this, drag that along. And for me, because all this gets painted anyways, I'm dragging that in the direction that the brush marks are most likely going to be in, so it doesn't look so bad later. If you are in a situation where you're not going to be painting it. You're going to want to take a lot more time and care and cleaning it up. Just so you know, this whole tutorial has to do with painting over the caulk after you're done.
As always, I thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Stay tuned for our next video. If you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to our channel where you can stay updated with everything that we're doing on our Acre by the Creek homestead. Make sure that you like and comment on this video. We really appreciate your guys' support. Another prep day done. The guys left me on the roof. It's fine. It's so sunny. I could literally look at this all day. It's fine. Just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day today. I don't think he's coming back to get me. I think I'm stuck up here. I hear it. It's on. Yay! Thanks for coming back. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.